Yeah, yeah.
Patanjali launches 440-kilometer range scooter at just 14,000 rupees.
Actually, I can feel I am watching the Naptol channel
Correct.
Ah,
on the
yes.
television.
Ramdev Baba is rocking in the EV market. Maruti Omni Sports launched. Wow, 30,000 down payment.
Yeah, we are going to do this. चलो हिंदी में चालू करते हैं.
मारुति ओमनी लॉन्च की. अबे कहाँ लॉन्च की भाई? ये क्या डिजाइन है? कुछ भी
अरे
बोल रहे हैं.
अरे यार ये completely. अरे यार मेरे को चाय लगेगी इसके लिए.
Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to Tech Gappa, which is the first ever tech podcast show in India. We are the hosts. I'm Amogh,
I'm Sumedh.
I'm Mohit.
and we discuss all things tech in a simplified way. You ask why we do it? It's simple. We are technically nerds. So this week we have some updates from SpaceX, and it's not really a good update because SpaceX is struggling with spectrum issues, and we have some updates from AI segment. Once again, I mean,
Once
it's
again,
just
yeah,
no brainer.
Yeah,
again and again.
obviously.
Yeah. Interestingly, we have an update from Pixel, which is Google's smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
They are planning to shift their production lines to India from Vietnam and China. So that's a good update. And lastly, we have an electric scooter from Patanjali.
Wow.
Yes, it's true. You heard me right. It's just a scooter. I mean, I don't know whether it's real or what, but I have read the headline, so we'll just take a look at it about that update.
Yeah.
But yes, Ramdev Baba is rocking in the EV market. So let's start off with the episode. So Starlink's India struggle, spectrum surveillance and connectivity. So I'm quoting the article. Starlink's regulatory experience in India offers critical insights into the delicate interplay between innovation, law, and sovereignty. It underscores the importance of early structured dialogue between technology providers and government regulators. It's too heavy to grasp. We'll just take a look at what the article has to say. Wow, it's a paid article. So we'll just take just at a glance. The
Yeah.
vast rural expanses of India are often overshadowed by the country's urban centric digital growth. Digital isolation has long stifled progress. Starlink's ambitious satellite network now promises to turn night into day, literally and figuratively, by beaming high speed internet across terrains where cables don't reach. But as this technological advance prepared to bridge the digital divide, it became entangled in a complex web of legal, regulatory, and security challenges. So basically, Starlink is stuck upon some security challenges
Regulations.
and regulations,
Right.
legal regulations. At stake today is not just the rollout of a service, but a broader question. Can the innovation Starlink represents navigate tradition and sovereignty to bring rural and urban India closer together? So I think there's some issue with the Starlink being deployed completely or rolled out completely in the market. And you can see here, Starlink must navigate a complex legal and regulatory landscape. The
Yeah.
cornerstone of this landscape is the very small aperture terminal license from the Department of Telecommunications.
Mhm.
So this has something to do with obtaining license for operations from Department of Telecommunication
Yeah.
In India.
in
Yeah.
India specifically.
Yeah. Especially like large mouthful of words there, but especially with the current concerns in India, I think providing Starlink access would be a security issue.
Yeah,
And I think the
I
government obviously will not be that free. They won't give that free hand to these people at least, or the
right.
licenses that is for operation, and that will be a major challenge, especially in case of improving the internet connectivity.
So if you remember, we had already discussed about Starlink not coming into the Indian market because of the privacy concerns. Security
Mhm.
was the main focus during that discussion in the previous episodes, and we can see similar roadblocks in their journey in India, in Indian market. I mean, yes, they did create a buzz by teaming up with Airtel and
Okay.
Geo, but I don't think, I mean, that was just a just a move to create a boom in the market,
Mhm.
but
Yeah,
they are facing some issues right from the foundational level, which is obtaining the license to operate.
exactly. Yeah, that is going to be a tough thing. Now, will they really get a license here? It's something that we just time will tell at this point because there's so many factors, and I think on a technological standpoint that we stand on for this podcast, going into those will be like shifting our focus from the core principles that we have for this podcast. So
Right,
I would say it's more of a let's see where it goes kind of thing rather than let's dive deep into this and find what kind of things we have. But I think we can provide some information on these licenses that the government gives out for what kind of bands and what
right,
what the general idea about how the bands are and everything. But I think right now we can just speculate that sooner or later, since we are a booming economy, I think such feature-rich products will come to India for sure. Like uh, a few of our next topics are going to be, and I see a good future for such products, and actually looking forward to the advancement as well.
right. So, as you have rightly mentioned about the section point, Sumedh,
Mhm.
I just found this another article which is not paid,
Uh,
wherein, wherein we can see the sections. So this particular article states that Starlink must obtain the VSAT license, as we have seen in the previous article,
mhm.
as per the Indian Telegraph Act 1885.
Uh-huh.
Section 4 confirms the government exclusive rights to establish communication technologies, and Section 7 allows for the creation of rules governing these licenses.
Mhm.
Also, Section 11 tasks TRI with recommendations on licensing, spectrum management, and competition.
Mhm.
So, again, this is, uh, oh, wait, requires coordination with Indian ISRO. No, requires coordination with the Indian National Space Promotion and Authorization Center to avoid conflicts with ISRO assets. Wow.
That is insane.
So, this might be the major roadblock.
Yeah, exactly. See, ISRO with the technology, especially like I know this is a bit unrelated, but nonetheless, uh, we know that ISRO has been working with the RISC-V architecture and everything,
Yes,
bringing
yes,
the new controllers and on and everything. So if they want to make a India-centric, what you can say, space applications, they will be very proprietary, of course, like every
right.
other security-based or any such space applications, they are going to be quite proprietary for India as well. And especially if it interferes internally for this kind of uh, bands or spectrums in this
Spectrum, yeah.
case, uh, I don't think so that I don't think that they'll give, a free hand to any kind of company. May it even be Geo for that matter.
Yes.
Even if say Geo brings in the technologies for whole and sole purpose of India, and say they purchase a few satellites to have this communication just for India or something, but it still will be very tough because when it comes to security and everything, and especially if military or aerospace is involved, I don't think so that it's going to be that easy of a task to deploy these or deploy rather, get access to these. And as we know that since we discussed this very early, few months ago, I guess, but nonetheless, like the Starlink satellites are changing, right? So
Yes.
they're bringing the older ones in and deploying newer ones. And as far as we know, they are quite geostationary and they are not here right now, right? So, like, we still don't have, we might not be even having the satellites over us right now.
Yeah,
So,
maybe.
yeah, exactly. And this is just a speculation. Again, there can be, all I'm saying is, once they get the permissions and everything, they'll bring it. But, you know, when is a big speculation.
It's a big
And
spectrum. Yeah. Because if you remember, like when we had discussed earlier as well, that hey, Starlink is coming to Indian market, the very it was there was a catch, which was the Union Home Ministry has not yet given approvals.
Yeah,
So it was still a news itself. There was no such details released from Starlink as to when they'll start the operations. So
exactly.
it was a big question mark on the operational level, and I think we are seeing the similar roadblocks in their
It's a
implementation,
compliance issue, what I see.
right?
So
Yeah,
when you are targeting for top-down approach, for example, right now they are targeting from the government to implement this particular service.
Yeah,
mm,
So you have to completely having the compliance is necessary. So because it is not a homegrown kind of a thing, so it is not made for the India.
correct.
It is coming like from the outside of the world. So it is like that. So any new service, any new technology coming to any market, I am not saying only the India, has to comply those certain policies from the that particular country or a region. So this is the point that I think so blocking from India for Starlink, as well as for the services which are dependent on the Starlink. So what I mean by that is, in last episode also we saw that the Airtel was trying to get in integration with the Starlink. That has also
Yes.
the asterisk marks that we have already spoken about. So it is all in all, it's a stop. It is big compliance issue they are facing right now, and still they are struggling in the Indian market for
yeah.
a very
Yeah.
long time.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
This was bound to happen.
No, of course, it was bound to happen. Now, as far as
And I don't
Starlink
know
is,
what exactly the role will uh, like uh, about the trade taxes
Trade
on
war.
yeah,
this particular service as well.
the
So
trade
Yeah.
war, the
Tariff war.
tariff
border
war,
issues we have right
Yeah.
now going on and
exactly,
everything,
yeah,
I find this a very speculatory based issue as well.
yeah.
But to counter Starlink and the Starlink's operation, Amazon is now launching their own satellites and
Okay.
launching their own satellites for internet service specifically,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
just to counter with what Starlink is doing.
Uh-huh.
So that's a pretty neat approach, is what Amazon is taking. So I'm quoting the article. Amazon launches first Coupier internet satellites. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right.
Great.
Taking on Starlink.
Mhm.
With plans to deploy 3,236 satellites, Amazon aims to deliver global internet coverage, particularly targeting underserved rural areas. So this might be hinting towards rural areas of India, maybe, not sure, but there is no reason to mention this. But
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
But again, if Amazon is still planning to start their market in India, I'm definitely sure they might see similar kind of obstacles which Starlink is facing right now, or they'll have to tie up with some of the Indian telecom players like Airtel or
It
Jio.
is it is basically about the second mouse gets the cheese. It's kind of a that approach. So
Yeah,
so if some one of the player is struggling, so another player will actually pull out those particular possibilities and come up with the great idea.
yeah.
It may happen. So it is like
So
that.
let's just see, because 3,236 satellites is a big number. So
It is a big one, yeah.
let's just take a look at the article. The article says the first 27 satellites for Amazon's Coupier broadband internet constellation were launched into space from Florida on Monday, kicking off the long delayed deployment of an internet from space network that will rival SpaceX's Starlink. The satellites are the first of 3,236 that Amazon plans to send into low Earth orbit, a 10 billion dollar effort unveiled in 2019 to beam broadband internet globally for consumers, businesses and governments, customers that governments, customers that SpaceX has courted for years with its powerful Starlink business. And interestingly, Atlas 5 rocket, which Amazon has used, is done with a joint venture between Boeing and Lockheed Martin.
Oh,
So, and the batch of 27 satellites was sent into the space 7 p.m. EDT, which is the local time there in Florida. So this is a good move from Amazon to counter what Starlink is doing, but this can be the first step because Starlink has already launched more than 8,000 satellites in the orbit as compared to what Amazon is planning for
2000.
3,226. So this is just to counter. Also, the article mentions that they plan to counter AT&T and T-Mobile's network in US. So this is like hitting the target, two targets at one go,
One
kind of
satellite.
yeah, one satellite.
yeah. Americans might find this offensive.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But this again, telecom wars. We are very much very much used to telecom operators
Yeah.
hitting
Yeah.
off with each other. I mean, a few years ago, T-Mobile acquired Sprint to become the largest operator in US. So
Yeah. So, do you see this trend when we keep mentioning Starlink or Starlink-like products, or even Vodafone, who made a satellite call and everything?
yeah,
Did you see that uh, day by day, it's like the telecom is there, but you don't see, like, apart from the 5G or the speculated 10G from China,
China,
which
yeah,
I think we'll discuss in the next video. Uh, you don't seem to get many telecom related, news which is like off the charts banger or something. It's more towards replacing telecom with better internet, and that's about it.
yeah,
Because you don't see, hey, voice calls just got better or something. No, you just have voice VoIP anyways. Anytime you connect to the Wi-Fi, it doesn't care whether you are in the network or not. It just uses that as a medium to have a call
correct.
and stuff like that. So you see, like, internet is like your regular internet connectivity is becoming a bigger thing more than say a telecom thing. So when I mean, if you watched, I'm just putting this as an example, the BlackBerry movie. It kind of it was good to demonstrate like what kind of constraints the older phones had in the network, how
Yeah,
only a limited number of mobile phones could be used for
Used. Yeah.
this, how they had to develop different protocols and everything to have communication between these phones so that the carriers won't be overloaded with everything. It was quite informative as well to get a grasp over things, and how internet suddenly brought a shift to that.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I'm just saying a few words out there, but telecom, like, there's some news on the telecom kind of thing that I have because of the place I work, and I find that the telecom market really is like a flat market right now, especially. And it's going to stay flat. Like, yes, you're going to get towers and some improvements over the years, but it's going to be quite, the same thing, just like a lot more of the same thing, and it's not going to be that revolutionary. You're going to have better internet and everything over, say, fiber optics or
yeah.
Starlink or otherwise some newer things. And I think, yeah, I think it might replace telecom one day. You never know.
Might be,
Yeah.
but uh, long is that time when again this might not be true, but long is the time when will see a replacement of telecom and cellular with something else.
Of
But we
course,
never know because we are living in ever changing, fast paced,
Fast-paced world. Yeah.
yeah, fast paced world.
most definitely.
So next up we have an update from Pixel, Google phone.
Mm.
They are shifting their production lines from Vietnam and China to India.
Mhm.
They
Wow.
already have so Foxconn, which is the semiconductor or chipset manufacturer, Uh, Foxconn is the leading manufacturer for manufacturing the iPhones and Pixels. So Foxconn is already present in India, and Google is currently making smartphones from India, but majority of the chunk comes from Vietnam and China. So after US tariff was imposed on these two countries, Google is in talks with Foxconn and Dixon to expand Pixel production in India, says a report. So I'm quoting Google reportedly plans to increase Pixel smartphone production in India to mitigate the impact of US tariffs and rising costs in Vietnam and China. The company is encouraging local sourcing of components which could lower manufacturing costs and support India's electronic manufacturing. So yeah, pretty much what we were saying. So do we have something else? Because this is pretty much a good update.
Yeah,
Yes,
so,
we have some numbers. Yeah, Sumedh, you are saying something?
no, no, please continue.
Okay. So at present, so and again, I'm just quoting, Alphabet is believed to have urged its partners to source key components such as fingerprint scanners, batteries, and chargers from within India as part of the broader effort to reduce reliance on imports. At present, around 45,000 Pixel smartphones are manufactured each month in India, primarily for domestic sale. Google began assembling smartphones in the country in August 2024, starting with Pixel 8. And now, the latest developments align with a growing trend among global tech firms to diversify their manufacturing bases, particularly in response to a US tariff. Earlier this month, Trump imposed new duties on several countries, including China, which was up to 145%. Wow.
Wow.
And Vietnam, 46%. And India, 26%. However, a 90-day pause has been granted for most nations, with the exception of China. So this is again going to benefit Make in India project and
Yeah.
everything. Sadly, I was expecting some numbers as to, direct comparison that,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
hey, Google is producing these many Pixel phones as of now in India, and they
Uh-huh.
plan to bump up
Up.
their production to this particular limit. So, but sadly, I mean, no such figures. Maybe
Yeah.
it's not a confirmed news because the sources were reports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically,
So
they will target for the aim for the production level to be up by the Apple. So
yes, maybe.
maybe so will be
Because Apple is also planning to launch their what Apple's
yes,
iPhone 17, which will be or 16. I don't remember. I'm not following it, but the
Uh-huh.
latest model will be manufactured solely in
solely in
India.
India. Yeah.
Mhm.
So they might have to. It's a two-way thing. I mean, it might be to counter what iPhone is doing, and secondly, is because of the tariffs.
Yeah, of course. I mean, come on. Uh, I think the world is kind of shifting its focus from China, especially from the last few years,
Yeah,
since we are like planning and currently trying to have silicon manufacturing here, foundries and everything, and especially that is going to boost a lot of development here on this side,
yep,
both from like core silicon manufacturing all the way to like final electronics manufacturing. Like Foxconn, seriously, like it's a big player,
big player,
like a
huge
really
player.
big player. Yeah. So especially with their prowess, I think, yeah, of course, come on. I mean, if the deals fall through, there's going to be a big boom for like those businesses itself, and the fact that they have a nice running place here in India. So come on, I mean, that's a boom for jobs and everything. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, it will be. I don't know if it will or other. I don't know. I'm not sure whether it will reduce the prices of the phones
Uh-huh.
here in India
It should be.
because we don't see iPhones are being manufactured here, but we don't
Yeah.
see a price drop in those models. Neither we are seeing price drops for Pixel 8.
Mm.
So I'm
So,
not
so
sure.
okay, so you're comparing with the older prices that we have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I thought you are comparing with the global prices, like for example
No,
in
not
other
the
countries.
yeah, no, not the global prices because we still have a few $1,000 more than what we are getting. For example, if we are comparing the price of iPhone 16 in
Mhm.
US versus iPhone 16 in India,
Hmm.
the difference is roughly 20,000, 30,000
Yeah.
rupees.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Same goes with Pixel. The difference is more when it comes to Pixels because Pixel is what,
Mhm.
$600,
Yeah.
Pixel 8 or maybe $700.
Yeah, I
Mm.
That
think so.
that's roughly 45. It's what, 80, 85. The conversion rate is 80, 85. So
Yeah.
56,000 roughly ballpark. We don't get Pixel 8 base version for 50,000, 56,000. The
Yeah.
starting prices are 79 to 80.
I think especially like Pixel phones specifically, they are quite like rather than expensive, I would say they're not as hyped as say, of course, not the iPhones, but not even as hyped as the Samsung phones because
Samsung, yeah,
Samsung is like their key competitor here in India. I mean, apart from a few exceptional cases where I know a few Pixel users such as you, Amogh,
yeah,
I think I think like even I would love one. But yeah, again, the prices drive me like, no, I don't want it because it's too costly for an Android phone. Because Android has always been this, I get a ton of more features
yeah.
for a quite lesser price than, say, an iPhone. And
Yeah.
nowadays, especially with the new camera, in-house camera modules and everything for most of
Mm,
these manufacturers, the Android phones are becoming better and better, like especially the camera performance wise. I think the last few Google Pixel phones that I've seen with you and other friends, they're just really good. I mean, I
yeah.
rather prefer them over the iPhones
For the
They
nowadays.
have
photos,
been
for
they
the
have been
photography.
better. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have the initial Pixels were really trash. I mean, the Pixel 2 was the best Pixel ever, but later on
So,
they went into the drain. The 3, 4, 5s were not really good.
mhm.
Even the first one was not really good when they shifted from Nexus to the Pixel name.
Yeah.
But from the 6 Pixel 6, they just took off with the design language and the approach of in-house manufacturing. They decided to manufacture their own chipset, CPUs, and everything. Since then, they are doing much better,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Mm.
and I see some improvements between Pixel 6 and Pixel 9.
Yeah.
Definitely. Although I think Pixel 9 is out. Yes, Pixel 9 is out. Yeah.
Yeah. I've been following up on that, but yeah, looking forward to seeing your reviews on that.
Yeah.
You should really have a dedicated review, at least like opinion wise, even if you can, on this channel. I would.
It's a long due
It's a long
review
view.
you can say because I'm using the 6 Pixel 6a.
Yeah.
So now it's hard. It's time to upgrade, but
Yeah.
not yet. Maybe next year.
Even if you don't upgrade, there's like there used to we kind of have a comparison video for those older phones if you remember.
Yes,
Yeah, so I think we should delve into that once in a while. Guys, comment in the chat if you would like us to,
Yeah.
sure.
yeah, for the
What
phones.
what what kind of laptops we use? What kind of smartphones we are using?
Yeah,
The
Or
tech
we
gear,
were,
yeah.
yeah, correct.
the
And
tech
we are
gear.
average consumers as well, so we
Yes,
actually go out and buy things that the average guys buy, not something too fancy or anything. So it can be our own opinion, but nonetheless, you might have heard of this product and you might like it. So why not?
Yeah.
sure thing.
Do let us know in the comments below if you want us to review something that we have at home and have been using for a long time.
Yep. Okay, so now let's move on to the AI stuff. And we literally promise that we'll keep it as short as possible because we are bored of
AI.
covering the AI stuff because
Yeah,
it's
even
it's like a daily purpose. So AI so a few videos ago or in the previous episodes we had discussed about Perplexity launching their own web browser named as Comet.
Comment.
And now we have an update from the same company, the same product, And yes, so I'm quoting Perplexity's AI agent-driven browser, Comet, might be launched soon. So
Still might be.
still might be. So I thought they are
Wow.
giving out some timeline as to, hey, we are launching on this particular date or in a month, few months, something like that. So we have already
Covered this, yeah.
covered this, yeah. So
Yeah.
so just for our viewers, Perplexity AI is sort of an search engine like ChatGPT and Google Gemini, and Perplexity has given all kinds of access to IIT Madras students. So you can find out about that particular video in the description or somewhere here. Here, top right corner of the video. And they were sort of thinking of launching AI enabled or AI based web browser,
Yeah.
Mm.
just like we have Google Chrome.
Uh-huh.
But that was sort of this particular update was like 1.5 or 2 months ago.
2 months back, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now we are still seeing maybe launch soon. So, but surprisingly, the good thing here is that it will be just like it will be built on top of Chromium, which means it will exactly look like Google Chrome. All the option, all the UI. Maybe UI there will be some UI changes, but all the main foundation of the coding and everything functioning will be like Google Chrome. And again, this is to counter Google. This is to rival Google.
Mm.
Hmm.
Also, I mean, who uses Microsoft Edge, but they are also countering Brave browser and Opera browser.
So you
Okay.
will be actually presenting the news next time on the
Perplexity.
comment.
Yeah, most
Okay.
probably.
If Perplexity is blocking all the cookie accept and reject notification and all the trackers and all the blockers advertises,
Yeah.
so I'll be more than happy to use that. But the thing is, they have announced a partnership with Motorola.
Ah,
So Perplexity has announced that it has signed up a partnership with Motorola for its app to be pre-installed on Moto Razr series.
Oh,
uh-huh.
okay.
The app can also be accessed through Moto AI by typing Ask Perplexity.
Okay.
And the startup is also reportedly in talks with Samsung for similar deals. So,
Mm.
do you think Samsung will accept this? Because Samsung already has Bixby, their
Mhm.
very own AI assistant.
Uh,
I
Now,
don't
some
know.
you don't get the Bixby hype enough compared to say the Siri for iPhones or even the Google
Gemini.
Assistant for that matter or Gemini in this case
Gemini,
now
yeah.
since they brought it up. But I think Perplexity could give a fair fight at least here in this market.
Yes, because they are also trying their best to talk with Apple as well as Android.
Uh-huh.
So, again, basically Google, so
Yeah.
that their browsers can be integrated with iPhones and basically all the Android phones.
Yeah.
But it's still a big picture because there is still no news as to when they are planning to launch their browser. It's
Yeah.
just that we are in talks with all these operating systems and we will be there in your phone anytime soon.
Yeah.
It's just that kind of update.
Yeah.
Although,
Uh-huh.
uh, speaking of AI, have you heard of AI Pendant?
Okay, that's something new.
Yes. So AI Pendant is, I mean, see, you develop a product,
Hmm.
any kind of electronics product,
Hmm.
just label it AI,
Of course.
you are famous.
Yeah.
You have the Riz,
AI is.
AI Riz. So this, I'm just quoting in the article, Neo Sapien Neo 1 review, an
Wow.
AI pendant that wants to be your second brain. Oh my God.
Okay, that's
This
interesting.
headline is catchy, actually.
Yes, it is very sketchy and it is very cheap. At
Hmm.
10,000. So let's just take a look at what exactly the second brain is. The idea of wearing a digital second brain around your neck sounds like science fiction. No, not at all. It's scary as
Yes,
hell.
star.
Yet here we are with the Neo Sapien Neo 1, a pendant style AI wearable priced at 9,999 with a year of AI services bundled and 499 per month thereafter.
Uh-huh.
But
Subscription-based services.
yeah, it's subscription based. But what exactly Bo? Neo 1 aims to augment your memory, organize your life, and even gauge emotions, all while hanging comfortably from a metal chain. With no direct competitors, of course, there is no AI enabled pendant. Neo 1 is sorry,
Carving out
with
finish.
carving. With no direct competitors in the Indian market, of course, there is no AI enabled pendant. Neo
Uh-huh.
One is carving out a niche that's equal parts ambitious and experimental.
Uh-huh.
I think it's much of ambitious than and yeah, it's
Yeah.
much of ambitious than experimental because we have seen a lot of experiments,
Mm.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
but it's too ambitious. But what exactly its purpose? I mean, yeah, okay, augment your memory, organize your life. That's those are good, nice words. But what exactly it is equipped? Yes, so here we are. It's a rectangular module attached to a sturdy metal chain, which will look like a necklace. There's an understand काय बोलतोय मी
Understated logo.
There's an understated logo and an LED indicator, but no obvious screens or buttons on the front. In fact, if you saw someone wearing it, you might not guess it's a tiny computer. It could pass as a fashion accessory. Okay, it's too much, too ambitious.
Yeah.
It's
It's too
it's wearable actually. So
it's yeah, they're terming it as wearable,
yeah,
but let's see. It is equipped with microphones, sensors, and its second brain circuitry. It is lightweight, but what exactly it is going to do with all the microphones and everything?
Okay.
I think so. It
That
will
is
listen to the words exchange or the sentences that we are uh, having with somebody, or
Yeah, hey
maybe
Neo Sapien. So it's like your
so
AI
like
assistant.
okay, yeah. So it will give you the result on the smartphone application which is connected to the device, because
Why do
unless
you
and
need
until it
it?
is not UI, you cannot actually see and or interact with that particular.
uh-huh.
Why do you need it?
Yeah,
Yeah. That is
that
a
is the big question. But yeah, there
You
are a lot of
want
whys in the world actually.
it's really sketchy and scary at the same time.
yeah, it is definitely sketchy. And all I would like to say about this would be that guys, if you don't have anyone to talk to, don't talk to AI that
Please
much.
talk to yourself.
Yeah, I know it's tough making friends in this day and age. I know it's tough. Like it's a whole psychological thing that we can discuss all about. But all I'm saying is don't go around talking to AI that much that you lose the sense of self. I mean, I should be quoting from a movie, but goddamn, like if you've seen Inception. Inception clearly shows this one thing which I like. That was um, Leonardo's wife in that case. She loses the sense of reality because she
Yeah,
lives in those dreams so long that she cannot comprehend whether we are in a real life or are we in a dream. And she just loses it, and that's what drives her, to death and everything. So let's not go there. That's all I'm saying, because these AI modules, like, they take each and every one of your inputs as, something to train itself. It's not just for
Yeah,
you, it's going to be for everyone at some point. Like, I know
Yeah,
there are a lot of privacy policies and coding that goes into keeping your data safe as much as possible, but that's something that they tell you. Again, we are not spreading some kind of tinfoil hat, wear tinfoil hat kind of thing. All
yeah,
I'm saying is you just need to be really careful about what you share and what you
correct.
don't share, or just keep things mature and level enough,
It's
to
a
know.
it's a very great point which you mentioned, Sumit, because this thing is chilling, because spine chilling.
Yeah.
It is going to use a proprietary AI platform
Oh
to
my
track
God.
conversations in real time,
My goodness.
analyze emotional tone just to know that the person is angry, the person is happy, the person is sad, etc.
Hmm.
But it will track your conversations in real time.
My goodness. Man, that is insane.
This might be used for tracking or spying,
Ah,
but this they're planning to make this product as Jarvis in
okay.
Iron Man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see that happening. It's just that uh guys, how much do you want to really share, you know, stuff? Because see, I mean, I go and say this like, guys, take care and don't share too many things or share some limited info. Yeah, that is true. But in the end, I'm also feeding it some data. May it be false or true. And that might drive you to get some results that might be false as well. That
Yeah,
might not be true. So this is a really psychological deep dive if we think about it. I don't think so. Like we should go around thinking about that much. But all I'm saying is, as a pendant, like I would like to quote this one video that I think so I watched for where MKBHD, Marcus Brownlee, he makes good stuff.
yeah.
He reviewed one of those pins, a lapel pin kind of thing, which you put,
Ah,
which
yeah,
has
yeah,
A
yeah,
on it. And it was made by one of those Siri engineers, guys who worked on Siri.
yeah, yeah.
So it kind of is like an AI that just has a cam. It looks what you're looking at from your perspective and gives you information about the thing that you can describe to it. Now, as cool, tech, fancy kind of Jarvis like it looks like, I am quite against it because I don't want something to track me like that, where it
Yeah.
keeps seeing what I'm seeing and connects to some remote server, gives my data, okay, maybe securely, calculates some things and gives me a response, which is cool. I might get some quick answers, but I am rather concerned about my safety than getting cool stuff done. I rather ask the person there, like, hey, can you tell me about this? If it tells me about the fine, awesome. This
Stick to the
exactly,
older, we can say, older ways,
exactly. And
The,
even if
the
if you
classic ways.
the classic
yeah,
ways.
even if you see this, like this pendants and everything, okay, AI and cloud-based things, I can safely say that a subscription, software as subscription, SAS and everything that's going on, I can understand it in this case because it's not a very, fixed product that you just get it, use it however you want. Okay, it's not going to be like that. It's an evolving product, yes, but things are going subscription based. You don't get complete products nowadays. They
Yeah,
ship too fast and everything. And this AI revolution, although how good it might be, it's quite scary. So making assistants, specifically the pendants and everything that they've been making, I think these kind of wearables are going to be a bit too much. Like, see, guys, you buy a pendant, you're not going to ditch your phone completely. Okay. You might one day, but that day is far too away right now. Okay. It's not tomorrow. So you're going to be carrying your phone as well. So there are like two, three devices already with you. I know
Yeah, people are
techno.
already using three devices at minimum.
Exactly. I
The
mean, now,
smartwatch, the
yeah.
AirPods, and the phone
I mean,
at
I
a
mean,
minimum. Yeah,
you get WhatsApp or whatever messages, and guys don't even take their phones out nowadays.
yeah.
People
just
just look in their.
yeah,
Most people take even calls on that. It's quite
exactly.
annoying. Like, Come on, guys, you're adding so many screens to your life. It's going to be hurtful for your eyes. It's got to be hurtful for your eyes. You work on a laptop all day, 10 hours, you're already exposed at work. Then you go home and you
Yeah.
spend like, come on,
You go home and you record on a laptop.
yeah, exactly what we are doing. So I know even we sound like hypocrites, but again,
Yeah.
like that is screen time that's added to your life. And like you can maybe take a few steps to
You
lessen that. That's all.
yeah, you can just because the price point is very at the sweet spot of 10,000. You
Hmm.
can just wait till what exactly the privacy concerns and the regulations and all the compliances are being implied on that particular product,
Okay.
because that will then you can, or rather then it will be much clearer picture,
Yeah.
because as of now
Right.
it's the only product in the market in that space,
Hmm.
and no one, not even government, knows as to what exactly regulation should be applied on
Exactly.
when it comes to privacy and everything. So if you are interested in buying that or testing it, firstly be
All the
just
best.
wait for a while, we would say,
Be cautious.
or else all the best.
Yeah. And
Maybe.
go ahead, try things. It's not that we are against
Yeah.
trying new things.
Let us know. Let us
All
know if you're trying.
exactly. All we are saying is just be cautious. Try and read about it before you go all in. That's all we are saying. But
Yeah.
definitely let us know. And if it's good, we might also give it a try. You never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of new things in that particular space, we have Babaji ki scooter
Ah, that's going to be
finally.
insane. Yeah,
So
exactly.
I was
I was shocked to hear that
plus
actually,
one,
Exactly.
literally.
plus
I
one,
it
plus
was
one.
Means
so I heard
I
about
don't care this news is true or false, but we have to
exactly.
cover this news
I
because
mean
the concept of making this particular news also needs appreciation.
this is insane because
Because
it was like one of the forwards, family chat forwards that you
Ah,
see
WhatsApp
wow.
University.
sent to you by your older relatives, and
But
this
see
exactly
how
happened in my
realistic
case.
they have come up with the model. They have come up with
Exactly.
the logo, the
Exactly.
branding.
Sumedh and Mohit.
Yeah.
Even our bikes don't have dual disc on the front wheel.
No way.
Exactly.
No way. That is insane.
And in 14,000,
That is
14.
14,000
a man. 14.
So
means
this is a lesson for you guys. If you are receiving such kind of articles, these are fake.
please forward to us.
Please
Yeah.
please
We might
forward such articles to us so that we'll
we,
include.
we should have a segment, WhatsApp University reviews.
Yeah,
Yes.
seriously.
WhatsApp
That,
University Tech News.
yeah,
So
It is
exactly.
most correct.
should I wait? Let me just read this headline in a
Yes,
Please
typical
please,
read.
please.
headline way. Typical headline
Yes.
way.
And
Patanjali, yeah,
I'm wondering the website name as well because
Uh-huh.
I have
Yeah,
not
yeah.
heard about this website.
exactly.
This sounds like Hutu Tutu.
Yeah. Exactly. Although I would like to point out because right in the latest news section, the second one where it says 2025 Kawasaki Ninja 500 launched in India at 5.29 lakhs, it's a true news, okay? Like this
Exactly.
ultimately released. So you never know what to trust, okay? That's what we are also trying to convey. Like
But please see the fourth news.
exactly, exactly. My God.
Maruti Omni Sports launched. Wow, 30,000 down payment and classic
I
master
think I
plan.
think after Patanjali, please open this because we want to give you some extra info to guys watching, and this is going to be pure entertainment, right? As you
Let's make that in Hindi. Let's make that in
yes,
Hindi.
please, yes, please.
Let's make that in Hindi. Okay, coming back to the article.
Please read that headline in the typical fashion you're going for.
Yeah, yeah.
Patanjali launches 440-kilometer range scooter at just 14,000 rupees.
So
Guys,
it's
call on this number.
so this is
No, because
actually I can feel I am watching the Naptol channel
correct,
Ah,
exactly.
on the
yes,
That's
television.
that's
So
the
it is like
exact thing I
that
was
only.
going for. Yes, yes, yes. Because call
completely.
on this number, place it right now. You will get
Yes.
that and everything. Oh my God, that's
But this is Naptol category type of news article. I mean,
Yes.
14,000. So what's your manufacturing cost? What? 4 rupees?
No,
yeah,
no. They will
exactly.
just provide you the parts. You have to manufacture it.
My goodness. Please, I would really like to read and at least see even if they mention how where they are making this, if it's true or anything, any power figure, anything. I would like to.
Nothing,
There is
nothing.
there's
So
a range, there is a price, and they're like unbelievably low, and it might disrupt the EV segment. God, oh my
And
God.
they have come up with the entire feature and
Exactly.
specification.
My goodness.
wow, a classic example of hypocrisy article and BS typical useless
Yeah,
article.
yeah.
So I'll just like to point out, okay, these are the questions that need answers. Where are the questions?
Yeah.
Huh?
What?
This is the first point. Second point, what Patanjali is offering? Top speed, blah 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 blah, everything. Braking system, drum
Drum
brakes
brakes.
front
Wow.
and rear. Where? These are
Yeah.
disc brakes.
No,
And that too, like a
but
really
Amog,
high
those
end.
discs are just for the show purpose. The brakes are
Maybe.
actually a drum.
Ah, that might be the
For
case.
14,000, if I'm getting designer, show
Exactly.
off disc brakes, I'll be actually happy. And by the way, if you just scroll it up a little bit, actually, yeah, just a little bit more, you could literally see this. Here's a detailed breakdown of the scooter's claimed specifications.
Yes.
Who claimed them? You are doing that. What kind of article is
It's
this? But
insane.
This is what happens if you are not following a yoga.
Yes.
yeah,
Huh?
exactly.
Huh.
You just
Oh God, we are really jumping on Ramdev Baba for this.
No, I mean, I don't think
That
Ramdev Baba ji or Patanjali has anything in this
to do
particular
with this. Yeah,
article.
exactly.
yeah,
This is
exactly.
clearly an article just to clickbait sort of thing, with
That
just
is a
to gather new
completely
views and some hits and everything for
my
the server and
God.
everything.
They
This
are
is
putting advantages and
So
potential.
pre-bookings via authorized Patanjali outlet. So you came down to the building and in Gully you have the shop of Patanjali and you can book the scooter and take a test drive as well. Is that
Wait, wait. The last part. Just go to the last part because we need to read this. Too good to be true. Let's actually read into this because I think that might just, tell that guys, don't be stupid. It might be there. While the announcement has created major buzz, it's important to approach it with caution. At 14,000 rupees, the scooter sounds revolutionary, but the EV market is highly competitive and capital intensive. Guys, what a major buzz. You are like this is the only kind of article that we saw that featured this.
we are
but
making it like a buzz.
this is completely sounding like chat gpt.
Exactly. It's just they prompted like, guys,
They
here's
prompted
the
the image
price.
as well.
Yeah,
They have
here's the price. Here's the range. Make it so happen that I can write an article and just post it there.
so
God damn.
this article is written by chat gpt and by maybe fifth or seventh standard student, because
Uh-huh.
do you guys remember describe the following types of answers in school?
Yeah, yeah.
So, if Patanjali, just read this, if Patanjali indeed launches a functioning, reliable electric scooter at this price with 440 range, it could transform the two-wheeler market in India, provide
Wow.
affordable mobility to
So
millions.
he is actually writing this article for the points. So with
Maybe.
each point he will get the marks.
Even at this point, I'm guessing it someone's kid used ChatGPT to answer a hypothetical question posed by a teacher, which is very possible, very much possible. And the father or mother just saw this and they're like, hey, I can make this into an article. And they just went ahead and made an article for themselves.
Wow.
Again, when you say we are committed to providing accurate information and helpful resources, you know it's scam.
I I think Patanjali scooter just, hit a this topic is like goddamn. We would
Wow.
just
We
go.
follow strict editorial and fact-checking policies to ensure information.
My goodness. Please, let's go for that Maruti Omni Sports version because I would
Okay,
have very personal opinions with that.
Okay, we are doing this in Hindi now.
Yeah, we are going to do this. चलो हिंदी में चालू करते हैं.
मारुति ओमनी लॉन्च की, अबे कहाँ लॉन्च की भाई, ये क्या डिजाइन है, कुछ भी
अरे
बोल रहे हैं।
मेरे भाई, क्या क्लासिक नोस्टैल्जिया. नहीं, ये नोस्टैल्जिया, ये क्या है? दिस इज वेरी. ये तो.
Is it AI based as well? Is it
तीस
ये तो.
हजार 30,000 का डाउन पेमेंट ऑफर, कुछ भी
अरे
कहाँ।
ये आगे ऊपर फोटो में देखो ना. ये ओमनी पूरी ज्योमेट्रिकली वो जो साइबर ट्रक आता है उसके जैसा बना के रखा है उसको.
पीछे देखो, पीछे जापानीज जापानीज वाली गाड़ी है
अरे
पीछे।
यार ये कंप्लीटली. अरे यार मेरे को चाय लगेगी इसके लिए
no,
अभी.
that is I can read the name of the that person.
भाई.
So
अच्छा, प्राइसिंग
you
भी दिया
can
है।
just with
अवेलेबिलिटी
interest rate.
इमीडिएट, अवेलेबिलिटी
नो नो
इमीडिएट।
नो, टेल यू व्हाट. अरे एक एक काम कर, एक टैब खोल. मारुति ओमनी स्पोर्ट्स डाल के जस्ट चेक कर ले.
हाँ
No,
ये
जस्ट।
भी देखना ही पड़ेगा कि ये सच है कि नहीं, क्योंकि ये सच आता है ना मैं तो खुश हो जाऊंगा भाई. नो वे.
नहीं, फेसबुक का वगैरह का है।
नो वे. देयर इज लाइक, ओ द फर्स्ट लिंक इज द लिंक वी जस्ट सॉ.
हाँ,
अरे
एच बी
ये
टू
तो.
डॉट को डॉट इन।
नहीं नहीं, अभी कार वाले इज लाइक सर्टिफाइड ऑफिशियल.
नहीं, कार वाले तो पुराना ये
हाँ
कर रहे हैं
एग्जैक्टly,
ना।
बट दिस
it has
इज
discontinued. It's
reliable
straight.
information.
Yeah.
Okay, this is at least where we'll get some.
No, they are not following the HBTU university. It's a car wale's problem. It's not.
Exactly, car wale don't know.
They didn't know. Yeah.
कार वालों
ये
को कार वालों का ही पता नहीं है।
कार वालों को पता ही नहीं कि क्या चल रहा है मार्केट में, और ये लोग यहाँ पे
नहीं,
पुरानी
ये
बातें.
कम्प्लीटली स्कैम है, मतलब ये व्यूज और ये सब पाने के चक्कर में ये सब कुछ बोल रहे हैं, देखो।
अरे
कुछ भी
यार.
ये ऐसे एआई जनरेटेड वीडियोस वगैरह कुछ बनाते हैं ऐसे, और इमेजेस वगैरह डालते हैं, नेक्सा डाल दिया इधर, कुछ सिएरा जैसा लुक बना दिया इसका, ओमनी का, बात खत्म कर दी।
ओमनी को नेक्सा के कैटेगरी में डालोगे तो आपको पता चल जाएगा कि ये बहुत बड़ा स्कैम है. क्योंकि कितना भी लग्जरियस बना दो वो नेक्सा के अंडर नहीं बिकेगा कभी भी. हाँ, थैंक्स टू बॉलीवुड.
Is it a Zigwheels?
हाँ, जिगविल्स का है।
लेट
Wow.
मी बी वेरी
देखो,
ऑनेस्ट.
देर इज नो कॉन्क्रीट, एक मिनट सुमित, सिर्फ
या.
देर इज नो कॉन्क्रीट प्रूफ दैट ओमनी इज मेकिंग कम बैक इन 2025. High, moreover, it's highly unlikely that Omni would return anytime soon. Maruti Suzuki has never publicly confirmed it, nor have insider sources ever hinted at possibility of a new Omni being on the cards.
No, no. In HBTU, they are actually making it happen. So you never know.
Hello, गए।
एग्जैक्टली. अभी अगर अगर ओमनी आती है ना वापस.
किडनैपिंग
बहुत.
रेट्स हाई हो जाएंगे।
एग्जैक्टली. बढ़िया जोक्स असाइड. ओमनी बहुत अच्छा व्हीकल है, बट वो नहीं आएगा वापस.
नहीं, ऑल इन ऑल,
हम्म.
ऐसे तरह के आपको अगर कुछ आर्टिकल्स आ रहे हैं, कुछ लिंक्स आ रहे हैं व्हाट्सएप पे या किसी इस पे, तो दीज आर नॉट रियल, दीज आर फेक, दीज आर जस्ट टू
These are just for the entertainment purpose.
for intent
Exactly.
purpose, as just to increase their traffic volume from the
Yeah.
for their site
But
website.
please do forward it to us.
Yes,
Yeah,
please,
actually,
please, please, please,
actually,
please.
actually share it with us.
Yeah.
You should mail us that, because that will be like
Yes.
really amazing. Getting some mails with sketchy
Yeah.
link.
This is our email address, so you can
Yeah,
email it to us.
just share
And
it.
that's that. It was good. This week the
Yeah.
updates were really fun,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
scary,
The revolutionary EV
revolutionary.
Yeah.
segment is now booming with the.
So
Yes,
there were some
Patanjali V.
updates. There were some scary stuff for AI.
Yeah,
Again, we say scary, but it's open to,
Exactly.
it's subjective
correct.
again.
Explore.
And
Open to explore.
then there were some fake stuff that we dived into this time because for, entertainment भी
Just for the
चलना
fun
चाहिए.
purpose. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And that's a wrap for this week. So let us know how you feel about this video. And in the last video, we did face some technical issues, but now we are back on the track. And let us know how you feel about this video. Share this video with your friends and family. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to Technically Nerds. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.